And we are live on Facebook. I don't know for how long, but hi guys and welcome. And I've decided to do this live series in March where I'm going to invite beautiful, gorgeous people. We are going to talk about the art of loving yourself. And my first guest today is Lucia. I am so happy to have her. Thank you very much, Lucia, for being here with me today.
Thank you for inviting me. Hello, everyone. So happy to be here again.
Yay! I'm
Yay.
I'm happy actually that you accepted my invitation because I know you, so we can start this series with someone who I love, I care about, and I can really be comfortable with. So the idea
Likewise.
is that I would love I would love you to introduce yourself a little bit for those who don't know you yet. Who are you?
Mm.
What are you doing?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So, my name is Lucia, and I work as the mindset transformational coach, focusing on empowering women who deal with the stress, emotional wounds. They've been through burnout, and they are trying to get over the anxiety as well, so they can live more peaceful and fulfilled life. So I'm helping them to find that balance within themselves.
That's really nice because I must confess honestly, I speak with a lot of women, and the majority we are struggling with anxiety, burnout, and all this kind of stuff. So it's really, really nice what you are doing. And I believe that people really need coaches or people like you who can help them to change their lives. Although sometimes it's really hard to them to admit that they need a little bit of help.
Mm.
So, guys, if you are watching this live, please give us a like or heart, or just say hi for me to know that we are not we are not alone, that you are here with us. And I would love to ask you, Lucia, what inspired you to do what you are doing right now to help women?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes, so actually I'm coming from the corporate environment, and I was like the corporate woman working more than 9 hours a day, many times. And yes, I loved my job. I enjoyed it for almost 10 years, but all of a sudden there on my journey, all of a sudden came the point that I came to that crossroad, and I was like not sure whether what I'm doing is still fulfilling me. And also on my journey, I was several times burned out, but I was not aware of that, to be honest. Actually, I realized I was burned out maybe after the 8 years of working, and someone said like, hey, don't you think that you're doing it like just too much, and then maybe you're burned out. It's like, that's interesting. I've never heard that term. And actually, yes, because I was questioning everything. All of a sudden, nothing made sense. I felt empty. I felt like something was missing, and I was just like running after some imaginative endpoint, but I didn't know what that endpoint was. So all of a sudden, I just started asking myself questions, and thanks God, I met very inspiring people who helped me to see different way of living. Like all of a sudden, there was different world outside of the office of the almost 24-hour work, and yeah, it helped me open up my eyes, my perception, my perspective of life, and it brought me on that path of self-discovery
Mm.
and learning, and yeah, making mistakes again, but still learning.
But I guess making mistakes is part of the journey. Otherwise, you don't learn. If you don't make mistakes, you don't try, you don't learn. And it's interesting what you're saying because actually the people who are around us, how much they can influence us, the way how we think, how we feel, and how we act. And you said that as you changed and you started to meet or talk to different minded people, like-minded people, then suddenly a new kind of new world opened up to you. So it is so, so important, your environment, your friends, or the people who are around you. Wow, it's
Yeah, I have
amazing.
to say I was very lucky that I met them at the right time. Of course, when you are ready, the teacher comes, as we say. And yes, it helped me a lot. It helped me tremendously to find my path.
Okay, I would love to ask you, Lucia, how do you support the woman in your community to live their empowered life or a balanced life? How can you help them? What do you do?
Yes. So the job or the way how I support them is through the several modalities which I studied. And one of them is neurolinguistic programming. And then also I'm using hypnotherapy for for the um, for the ones who really need to go deeper on deeper level to unconscious level. And I started use as well astrology, which is not really typical and something which maybe people would say, oh, whoa, what is that? But from my personal experience, I found out that actually it's kind of like missing piece for understanding our psyche, understanding ourselves a bit deeper, understanding why we are doing what we are doing. And astrology was for me that missing piece, which I wanted to put into the puzzle. And and I see that, like when you question yourself, like why would I do that all the time, like, going into these things. So you kind of get some answer on these questions there through astrology.
So when you find about astrology and you be interested in it, then you blend astrology together with hypnotherapy and energy work in empowering them and helping them to live a balanced life. Now, I want to ask you actually about astrology because this is something that's is really interesting. And first, I never thought that planets can influence us, can influence who we are, our personality. Can you tell me a little bit more about this? How does astrology fit in all this self-knowing journey?
Yeah, so actually, saying that planets are impacting us, it's not like 100% correct, or even though it is the way how it impacts us. It's not, we
Mm,
cannot deny that. Like talking about the moon, we know that like moon influences the waters, and we ourselves, we are made of out of
what?
water as well. So it
Mm,
would be like, not really good to say that it doesn't impact us, or the other huge stars or planets which are out there, like Saturn or Jupiter. So there is some of course some impact. But what I want to say that actually that impact is from our perspective. It's
mm,
like when we look into the sky and look at the planets, these are like kind of archetypes for us, which represent part of the way how we lived many years ago, centuries ago, and then how it impacted people looking into the stars. They were kind of like explaining the things which were happening around them through these stars or through these planets. And it became like subconscious habit, and that's why basically it's been going on through centuries, and we still have this subconscious way of doing things, of explaining things, and therefore we are talking about the astrology because it
mm.
helps us understand all these things which are happening to us. So we usually say, like when Mercury it goes in retrograde, for example, that we go, like we go crazy, or we say that it's better not to use technology. And again, it's just that feeling, that perception from our perspective, from the earth perspective, which gives us, because actually Mercury doesn't go back, it just shows to us from our point of view that it happened, that it was the time when we went into reflection, into retrospection. We went like thinking about what happened into our lives in the last 3 months or something like that. So we had the time to go deeper. And this actually helps us, you know, when we become conscious, then we are more aware of things which are happening to us and why they are happening and how we can change them. So it's not like we don't have any power over that. It just helps us understand ourselves a bit better. So
Wow, that's interesting what you're saying, because I thought that, astrology, or the way how we are looking at it now, is kind of modern science, modern art, but I found out that actually it goes way, way, way back. So astrology has been
it's
there for thousands of years, and people used it really to they use the planets, the stars, to guide them. And
mm,
unfortunately, we in this modern society, we are too comfortable. We have all kind of gadgets like GPS and stars and stuff like this. So basically, we don't know to read the stars. But I'm so fascinated. They were sailing on the seas, going on the desert, and
mhm,
were just guided by this. And this is amazing. And I really do believe that yes, they not kind of influence, but they have an effect on us. And if we are aware of that, and this is the awareness, then
yeah,
we can change certain habits, certain personality traits. Okay.
exactly.
And talking about habits, I would love to ask you what um, what kind of daily habits or rituals you would recommend, for example, to balance the body, mind, and soul, if you have any.
Well, from my own experience, I can talk. And actually what brought me on this path of self discovery and uh, and more wisdom was actually mindfulness,
Mm.
doing mindful things, which it's very well corresponds what you said about awareness and consciousness, basically. So being more mindful of what I do on daily basis, what I eat, and really mindfully looking into that, asking myself whether that's what I eat I need or not. I love practicing yoga, for example, which for me personally, I am the Capricorn, so I will just say that out loud now.
I
And
am too.
Capricorns are the ones who have this racing mind, which they always have, you know, like something to do. They would still need to accomplish something. So for me, it's very important to calm down that mind. And that's what yoga do for me perfectly. It's not like for someone else, it can be dancing, you know, like some kind of movement where they actually need to gain energy and to be rebalanced. For me, it's the opposite. It's for example, that yoga, and also, of course, the meditation. It's the way where I really can find the balance. I can relax myself, and I think I couldn't live without it anymore.
It's so beautiful what you are saying, because I am a Capricorn as well. So I do feel you, I see you, I know what you are talking about. I am hyperactive. So for me to calm me down, I found that in meditation, for example, right? Maybe someone else, as you said, can find that in movement, maybe, I don't know, dancing, running, swimming. For me, calming down and really, turn inward and go inside, it was the meditation. Meditation helped me a lot the past few months. I practice actually meditation for approximately a year now, and it
Mhm.
was quite a journey in this one as well, because in the beginning I thought that I have to, stay like that, like a Buddhist monk, and but I realized that it's much more than that. So it's very, very interesting this again. All right. Can we use blending astrology, hypnotherapy, and this energy healing in preventing burnout? and bring, and keeping that balance.
Mm, very good question. And actually, thinking about burnout and how it can prevent, it again brings me back to mindfulness and to know yourself.
Mm,
Like to know that you have these days when you need to accomplish something, knowing, being aware that you need to find the time for yourself, knowing yourself that you might be the person who needs to be active all the time. So knowing all these personality traits about yourself, and I'm sure that many of us are already aware of them, but there might be something which just gives a bit of reassurance that, oh yeah, it's true, that's why I am like that. So it just somehow helps to understand on that deeper level, and maybe for someone it can be just reassurance.
mm,
And so that's from the astrology part. And from hypnotherapy is more about rewiring your subconscious mind, about giving you more the positive affirmation, more positive outlook. So you look at your world a bit different. So if you have some habits which doesn't support the
mm,
lifestyle you would like to, and which one would avoid the burnout, then hypnotherapy can help build up on that lifestyle. And it's just like what I could say about hypnotherapy, because many people maybe also are a bit scared about that. It's like with talking about astrology and hypnotherapy together.
yeah, that would be my next question. How is that? Then just explain a little bit what hypnotherapy is, because some might think that it's very, awkward and,
Yes.
shamanic stuff, but it's not, guys. So don't worry.
So actually, hypnosis is
That's
self-hypnosis, because
exactly.
you cannot be hypnotized unless you allow that. It's
Mm,
like, and also think about hypnosis. It's a state. It's a theta state when you are in like kind of like you are not asleep. You are awake. You are aware of what's happening, but you are aware on much deeper level. And when you think about when you are maybe when you are driving, and when you are on the main road, on the highway, and you just drive and drive, you just go straight, and you know that you need to turn right at some point, exit the road, and all of a sudden you are just in that state when you just kind of like forget about everything, because maybe the music is nice, and then all of a sudden you just realize, oh no, I just passed the exit, and you don't know
yes.
how. So that's actually that state of hypnosis, when you just do something and you don't know how it happened, what it happened, because you did it subconsciously. So it's that state when you self-hypnotize yourself.
Yeah, actually, I think we are doing this on a daily basis,
Yes,
unconsciously,
we do
really.
it
So
quite
you don't
often.
even realize that you've
So
been
it's
like that.
nothing scary. It's nothing like of thinking that it can harm you, or it can make something bad to you. It's really helping you on subconscious level, because it's that level when we can really do deep transformation,
Mm,
and maybe quicker than like talking about affirmations every day, but it's much quicker in that sense.
mm,
And it can really help to for example, anxiety as well. It's a great tool to not to get into that state, because actually whatever we do, it's kind of like choice. We chose at some point to do things. And this is one of the tools which I really like as well.
we make choices every day, actually. So
Yeah.
we choose our emotions, we choose what we eat, we choose our thoughts. So, and about hypnotherapy, what I really like, and you said that it's a fast way, and I like it because it works with your subconscious mind. Because yes, consciously you might be aware of stuff, and you think positive and all, but the subconscious mind is the one who actually directs your life, not really the conscious mind. And with hypnotherapy, you can go there a little bit faster, and that's beautiful. And the subconscious mind, oh my goodness, what's there, guys?
Yeah, what's there?
What is there? It's a lot of stuff, trust me. Okay, what were the greatest challenges for you in your journey of
Ooh,
knowing yourself?
where do I start? Well, the greatest challenges. You know, to be honest, I've never looked at challenges as a challenges. I've
Mm,
looked at them as the learning curves. And if they were challenges, I believe they were for the right reason.
yeah.
So whenever I went through the situation when it didn't feel comfortable or, unknown or scary, I was always saying to myself, I know there is something better for me, and I know I'm going to overcome it no matter what.
Mm.
And I'm going just to learn from it. So I cannot say, I wouldn't call them challenges. It just was really like learning. Okay, it's here for some reason. I'm going to learn something from it. I'm not seeing it now, but I'm going to learn about it. And I will know in right time.
Yeah, but it's beautifully said because, and I respect you and I really love you for this because unfortunately I see many, many people. I've heard sentences like, oh, why this is happening to me? Life is so hard. Why I have to do this? And why, all these whys and whys and why me's. Mm. But if you look from it for a different point of view, you take it as a lesson and you start to ask yourself, okay, what this is want to learn, what it wants to teach me, what I can
Mhm.
get out from it, that and you look from a different perspective, um, that it has a different meaning, that life situation, what you say, oh my god, my life is so shitty right now. Okay, it is maybe, but it is like that for a reason. So yeah.
You know what I like to say to my clients, like when they say like they're going through very difficult situation and they're not able to overcome that or they don't know how. So I like to show them like visually the graph. Like people think, we talk about this learning curve that it goes like that, right?
Yeah.
That it's up and downs. But actually what happens is it's like that. It's up and down, but still going up
Ah, yeah.
always. So it's not this constant like curve, but it's actually always building up. So yes, you are
Mm,
going up, but that you're not dropping completely down. And that this gives you completely different perspective because you are just stepping few steps maybe behind, but it doesn't mean that you are completely on the point zero.
exactly. You are not on the point where you started because you always make one
You
step,
always
one
grow.
step. Exactly. Yay. Beautifully said. How people can you connect with you, and who would be your ideal client, for example? Who do you like to work with? Let's put it this way.
Oh well, it's the question who I like to work. I like to feel the energy, like
Mm,
when like us together, when we talk, it's completely energy there. We can talk for hours and hours. I know we don't have time, but so I believe in energy. And when I talk to women, I need to make sure that I can really help them.
mm,
And I need to have that feeling that they are also ready to be helped and be
yes,
guided. So
that's
if there is
important.
that energetical match, like we feel we can really work together, and they feel that they can trust me,
Mm.
and I know that I could really help, that is perfect scenario, I would say. And yeah, that's how I always go with it. So it's kind of like putting intention there. I'm going to do my best, to help, and we'll see what happens.
That's beautifully said because You know, I always say, and I believe that you always attract people who resonate with you, who are on the same wavelength with you, and you only can work with people who are ready, who are willing to change, who are committed to themselves, and they recognize that, yes, now I am ready to change because I need a change. But sometimes people are so stubborn and stuck in their own reality that they don't. Okay, it happens. Um, what advice would you give to our audience today? And I would love to ask you if you can tell them where they can find you, if they resonate with you and they would like to ask you questions.
Oh yeah, thank you very much for that opportunity. So where they can find me? Definitely on social media. I have my own website as well. On social media, I have my own Facebook page. I have Instagram, but of course, then they can also follow me for astrology things as well. I have separate Facebook page there, and I am about to start the program. So if anyone is interested, they can always, approach me and ask the questions. I will be more than happy to answer them.
Yay! We're gonna put, guys, all the details in the comments below this video. If you watch the replay, you can just click on the links and you can get to Lucia. What she didn't say is that she's organizing moon circles. These are amazing new moon and full moon
Okay.
circles and full moon circles. Yes. So if you would like to know about kind of stuff
Yeah.
about yourself, then you can approach Lucia and you can ask her about the circles. They are really beautiful. You find out so much things, so many things. Really, I really enjoyed them, and I definitely recommend you to check those out. We're gonna put everything down in the comments anyway. And my last question to you before we finish this live is, what is your vision or hope for the world in the next 5 years?
Oh, that's a huge questions. And
I
I am
know.
very, very positive. My hope is very, positive side. I believe that all what's happening or what have been happening for last 1 year, or
Mm,
yeah, it's going to be 1.5 year.
almost, yeah.
Time is flying. But I believe that all this what's happening right now is again for a reason. It's I take it as kind of like the reset of humanity to really look at where we stand and what are our values, how we want to show up to the world, because the world is not going to be the same anymore. And I think everyone was already feeling that we come a bit more closer together, which is fantastic. And I do still hope that if we will get even more closer, and we will create such a beautiful communities like you are creating here
Thank
with
you.
your group, and people who feel connected, who feel like have similar values, uh, similar gifts they can share. And I hope that this is going to mean for us that we are going to have a different world with more compassionate people, more balanced people,
Mm.
and conscious ones as well. So that's my hope and kind of vision
Oh, and
for
for the
next
day.
years to
That's
come.
beautifully said. Thank you so much. Guys, we covered a lot in a half an hour. We covered astrology, hypnotherapy, burnout. We went here and there. So if you watch this in the replay and you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. We are going to try to answer all of them. You will find everything about Lucia in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this short session. I would say it. It's not really a session, but and it was helpful to you. Reach out to us. I would love to thank you from the bottom of my heart for accepting to be my first guest in March. It's a really honor. I always enjoy having a talk with you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. I'm gonna see you next Tuesday again, same time, 5 p.m. UK time. I hope you enjoyed this evening with us, and I'm sending you lots of love. And thank you, Lucia, once again.
Have a nice evening. Bye.
Bye, guys.